Happy evening, everyone. We're back with Red Lentil Healing. Just wanted to do a quick check-in. It's been a very interesting couple days with the potential of the United States going to war with Iran. There's a lot of YouTube astrologers, YouTube tarot readers out there weighing in on the politics behind President Trump's decision to kill Soleimani. I just want to touch in on the energy, what's going on, how is the world feeling? Because I do feel some anxiety. If I had to describe what I'm feeling, for a lot of you who don't know, I'm an empath, so I do pick up on energy. Uh, it never lies. It doesn't lie as much as we want to sometimes tune it out. It doesn't lie to us. So if I had to pick three things that I'm feeling that I'm picking up from the world that I'm feeling anxiety. I'm feeling a bit of fear, not full hide in a bunker fear, but I do pick up some fear, some slight subtle fear, and curiosity. This is a area that's been in conflict and that we've had conflict with for, I mean, shoot, even before I was born. So this isn't anything new, and I'm pretty darn old. Okay, well, I feel old. Multiple presidents have had the option to go in and do the same thing and chose not to, just to prevent more casualties down the road. However, this president decided to do his own thing and to do something different. And the rest of us now are waiting on bated breath to see the outcome of that decision. So what I want to do is very quickly use the Chakra Oracle Insight deck from Carolyn Sangster. I want to pull just one card and ask the universe energetically, as a lot of us are tuning in. Some people may not even care. Some people do think it was a really good idea. More power to them. Um, you know, they do believe that, for those of you who don't know, he was second in command. So he had a lot of clout and weight. And so they feel that him being gone may have prevented a war. Some of us feel opposite. Some feel that it may have escalated tensions, especially after being pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal and having that being pulled. So there's a lot of anxiety regardless, because really at the end of the day, we all worry about our troops. And I think that's the thing, our safety and the safety for our troops. Me, it's the safety of our troops first, and then our safety, because they're out on the front lines to keep us safe. I come from a military family. I'm not going to lie. I have a lot of, had uncles. I have very close cousins who are like aunts, and very, very, friends that are like family. Like literally, I consider them brothers and sisters who have served for our country and continue to serve. And I'm worried that they may be deployed very soon. So we just want to ask the universe through our Chakra Insight Oracle, if you could give us one piece of advice, one thing to work on, one thing to listen to, what is that? So we can kind of feel what we need to feel. If we need to feel at ease, if we need to take action, if we need to give more love through our heart chakra, if we need to speak our divine truth through our throat chakra, if we need to listen to our insights a little bit more with our third eye chakra, if we just need to hug our families and just really hug our families through our root chakra, if we need to just take these moments to be in touch with our emotions through our sacral chakra, or if we're just frustrated, go out to the streets and do something, whether for the war or against the war, and use our solar plexus as our house of divine power. What do we need to do to feel at ease for this upcoming couple weeks? So, pulled one card. Interesting. We get the money card. Okay. We've got the money card. That actually makes sense to me as I think about it. War, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. unless you're one of these big companies that profits from war. War, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing, unless you're one of these big companies that profits some way, somehow from war. So what does that tell us? It tells us finance, power, generosity, and abundance. We need to really take a moment and research the companies that profit from war. We need to better look at the paper trails and the money trails and really look at how our structure, not only just in the United States, but our allegiances with other countries, all tie back to money and how money is power for a lot of things in a lot of places and spaces and time. It always has been. In a lot of ways, it will be until we change the money dynamic in the world. Stop giving money the power and the power in money to rule over our lives. I think that's a really important card. That's actually, I wasn't expecting it to be quite so blunt and so literal, but it is. It's about money. Um, you know, at some point we are going to hit another recession. I'm not saying that this conflict with Iran is going to cause a recession. I'm just saying if you've been watching the true, not just stock market, because that's going to be inflated to always look more positive than it is. But if you just really kind of look at how are people living, and I just went to the grocery store, bought a couple things, and paid $60. That's not living. That's rough. You know, thank goodness I have a job and I'm able to maintain for myself. But can't imagine being a single mom and having to buy groceries for my family, and I have limited funds, and just to buy a few things is $60. That's scary. So how are we looking at our money, making sure we're okay for this upcoming recession that's going to hit at some point? I'm not saying it's a depression. I'm just saying at some point we're going to backslide a little bit in our economy. A lot of economists have been saying that, so let's be prepared for that. How are we feeling? Are we feeling generous? 3,000 troops are about to be deployed. Can you spare a few dollars to send some care packages to them? Can you stop for a minute and hug them while they're going through the airport? Generosity isn't always about giving money, it's about giving your time, giving your love, giving your space to someone. When we do that, and when we give, whether it's finances or generosity through love, whether we give up some power or get power, when we're feeling a little deflated in our power, nothing but good comes. And through that, we live an abundant life. So that's where the last principle of this, where abundance comes into play with the money. When we give out, when we can, willingly and lovingly, nothing but abundance comes back to us. So I know I went around over the river and through the woods, grandmother's house we go. I think I tried to make 16 points into one. Let me bring this all back into a couple points. This card is calling us to do a few things. I'm going to keep it really quick. Let's do 3 things. First and foremost, it's calling us to really be educated on how the world spends its money and who the power players are. There is no coincidence that this card says money, and the first 2 are finances and power. Those are the first 2 keywords of this. Money card talks about finances and power. Who really has the power and the money in this world? And how does that cause friction and turmoil between countries and nations? Okay. So be more astute with knowing where money comes into play and who has the money and who has the power. Because that, in turn, when you follow the paper trail and the money trail, takes you back to who's really in charge politically. Next thing it's telling us to do is just to be generous with not only our money, but with each other in ways of our love and our compassion. If you've got money to donate to any organization that supports troops, even if it's Wounded Warrior, that's an amazing one. There's also I can see it, it's down the street from my house. Oh my gosh, what is it? It's I'm gonna put it in the link of the video. It's the Fisher House. Fisher House is another great foundation that builds homes for wounded soldiers that have come back from battle. So Wounded Warrior and Fisher House Foundation are great ways to pay it forward to our troops who risk their lives to save ours and to keep us safe. So being generous with that. Also just being generous with our love, our time, and our attention. Listen to each other when we express our concerns over what's going on and how we can help and be of power and love to each other. And the last thing that this is calling, number 3. So first was study the money and the paper trails to become more educated on where the real financial power lies in the world. Generosity, whether it's helping our troops or just helping within the community. Our troops are, that single mom buying groceries in a grocery store. Our family who may need a little extra funds. It's right after Christmas, y'all. I mean, we're trying to pull ourselves back out of the Christmas spending hunch. How can we be a little bit more generous to each other? And the third and last is when we are generous, not just with our finances, but with our love, our attention, and our hope. We live a life of abundance, and abundance and generosity were the last two mentions on the card. Finances, power, generosity, and abundance with money. So thank you for letting me pull and to read on this. I hope it puts a positive spin. It puts some more perspective on what's going on right now in the world. I know you're anxious because I'm feeling it. And actually, after talking this out and kind of giving you all some help, I actually am feeling some things kind of soothe and calm. Just stay vigilant in what you believe in and what you know, because that all comes from education. Please watch more than one source of news. And even when you watch the news, realize that that's coming from a corporation that has finances and power. Okay? Um, Go out and love on each other, hug on each other, and just remember that this isn't necessarily World War III, so don't give into that fear. Just be cautious, stay vigilant, support our troops, support your family and your friends. Love on yourself, hug on yourself so you can love and hug on others. Until the next video, take care, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a good night.